Um, I am gonna try really hard not to cry in this video because ever since I got this news on last Saturday, I've cried a lot. The most I've cried in a long ass time, and it sucks. So I'm gonna try to stay strong for this video and not do that. But yeah, I'm like already short of breath. It doesn't feel good. I lost my job. I want to get into why this is something that is so hard for me. So you guys have kind of like watched me grow up. I just want to start with a little bit of backstory and then we'll get into what actually happened. You guys have watched me like grow up. So I started my channel, I think when I was 18. I'm pretty sure I was 18. I don't remember. Fuck. Yeah, I was 18 when I started. And I was thinking yesterday, and I was like, you know, this is a really like shitty time, but I'm glad that I'm documenting it because you guys get to see like me become an adult and like me go through things that like you guys go through, and that's something that I really pride myself on, is like being on social media. I feel like a lot of people only show the best, but I really try to show the best and the worst because I feel like that is a lot more real and that you guys can like relate to that better, because it's really hard to relate to someone who like seems like they have a perfect life, and I'm just letting you know that I don't. So the reason that this is so hard for me is because I have a lot going on. Transition, not so much anymore since I am over 4 years in, but it still does consume a lot of my energy. And that can be very exhausting. So what helps me the most is having consistency and being able to rely on things. And this experience has taught me that you can't always rely on things to be consistent, because it's really hard to ensure that that consistency stays solid forever, because things are always changing. Things happen, things are constantly evolving and changing around you. So it's really hard to obtain that consistency. But for the past 3 years, I will have been at that job for 3 years next month in October. But for the past 3 years, I've had consistency in the sense of I make a lot of money every month, and I am able to pay all my bills, and I'm able to do nice things for myself. And I just said a lot of money. It's not I don't make like I'm not a fucking millionaire, but I make a lot of money in comparison to like my bills and like my lifestyle, I guess. Like I've never stressed about money. The past 3 years, I've never stressed about money. I've never been in a position where I like was worried if I could pay my bills, or like stressing about financial stuff. I never had that. And that made my life so much easier because I don't know how to explain it. I just have so much going on in my head at all times. And just like growing up and being trans and like, you know, just being different. I really love things that make me feel like a normal person. I really enjoy that. So a little more backstory. I'm gonna get into it in a second about what happened. Like I said, I just want to bring up a few other talking points in relation to the topic of this video, just so you can understand better like how I'm feeling, because I know like from your perspective, like you could watch this video and be like, oh, she just lost her job, get a new one, like it's not the end of the world, why is she making such a big deal out of it? And I've also gotten that from like people that I work with, or like not my boyfriend or my parents, thank God, but other people I've told how I've kind of gotten that reaction, and like, what are you gonna do next? And like, it's gonna be okay, like just get another job. I have a lot of anxiety issues, and depression issues, and a slew of other issues that I probably haven't even been diagnosed with yet. So, woo. I feel like a lot of it stems, as far as like my social anxiety, stems from when I was growing up. I don't know if I've talked about this a lot, but basically, you know, as I was growing up, from a very early age, everyone could tell that I was different. I don't want to say not normal. I don't want to say weird, because I don't want to put myself down like that, but people just could tell that I was different. So from a very, very early age, people would like single me out for it and stuff. And it was a very, very bad feeling. So my dad, and this isn't his fault, this is his career. It has nothing to do with him. I'm just giving you, like I said, backstory. I'm gonna stop saying that because I've said it so many times. Anyways, my dad had to like move a lot. Like me and my family had to move a lot because of my dad's job. And I know for a fact that between like kindergarten and 12th grade, I went to over 10 different schools. So I never really had a lot of consistency growing up. And I would have to switch schools a lot. And I feel like where my anxiety comes from is like, I would go to school and I would make friends and stuff, and I would like get attached to people, and I would like start to feel comfortable, and then it would just be like yanked away. And then I would be thrown into a whole nother group of people and have to like acclimate and stuff like that. And like I said, I feel like a lot of my anxiety stems from that. As I like got older, so especially I would say from like 4th, maybe even, honestly, maybe even 3rd grade to like 6th grade, that was probably the hardest period, and that's when I was switching schools the most. And as I got older, kids became more mean because they're either absorbing prejudices, or on the off chance that they would come up with those prejudices on their own. I don't think a child is really capable of that. So, you know, you get older and you absorb your environment, and sometimes you adapt prejudices. And like I said, as I got to be a little bit older, every time I would move schools, it would get worse, because then it wasn't just like, oh, you have to make new friends, and you have to learn where your new classroom is and meet your new teacher. Then it was, you have to go to a new school, do all of that stuff, and just get bullied like a motherfucker for months until they just stop. And they usually don't stop. So I just remember, I have a lot of memories of like me just like coming home from school and like crying and like begging my mom not to send me to school. And my mom was so supportive through all of that. And looking back on it, I would assume that like that would be like really hard for a parent to know that like their child has to go to school, but then they get sent to school and they get like tormented all the time. I never really tell my mom, but I have a lot of appreciation for that and like respect for her, because she is always like really strong for me when I couldn't, and like she would never let me see that it made her upset. But now that I'm an adult, I can look back on it and like know that that must have been really hard for her, and it was really hard for me too. So the reason why this is so stressful for me is because the thought of like finding a new job brings back a lot of those kinds of feelings. That was the point of me telling you that story. It brings back a lot of that feeling of like having to get acclimated in a new environment, and like the basic things like school and work and like finances, like just so badly wanting like consistency in all of those places, because I never had a lot of that growing up. It's like on one hand, I'm really thankful that I'm different, and that I've had to go through the stuff that I have, because honestly the biggest reason is because I get to help people who have gone through the same thing. Because, and I was watching a video last night, I will put the link to it in the description. I think regardless of your situation right now, everyone should watch it, but it taught me a lot, and it taught me about people who get broken are so much, it's so much easier to relate to another broken person when you've been broken. So that's the positive that I see from it, is that I can genuinely like relate to someone and help someone who has kind of gone through the same stuff that I have. But on the other hand, it sucks, because it creates situations like this where my job is getting closed down out of the blue, and it, like everyone else is fine, you know, like it's a restaurant, so there's lots of serving jobs everywhere. There's lots of restaurants where I live. Like it's a big city, not really a big city, but big enough, like, you know, there's lots of jobs everywhere, and like, yeah, it sucks for everyone else, but it's not as hard for other people as me. And I know that. And I know that I'm different, and I know that I have to stay strong. But it's like when something that you've relied on for so long and that has been so good to you just gets ripped away, it's a really scary feeling. I hope that that makes sense as to why I'm so upset about it. I have this fear of like people belittling the situation and not really seeing it from my point of view. And if you don't see it from my point of view, then I would really appreciate if you just not say anything, just move on, because I don't really need that right now. I just need a lot of support. So yeah, I'll get into basically what happened. So last weekend I got to work, and the owners were there, which is odd because they are typically not super involved as of late, which I personally feel like contributed to the end result. So I got there and they were there, and I didn't think anything of it at first. But a few days before, I was actually talking to Leighton about it, and I was like, you know, sales have been really low. I haven't really been making as much money, and like I just kind of feel like it's not gonna last another year. That's what I said. I had no idea that it would be this soon, but I just had a feeling that it was coming. The end was coming. Did not know it was going to be a couple days later. So got to work, didn't think anything of it. Then they pulled our general manager and our kitchen manager into the back to have like a meeting. And fun fact, the AC has been broken in the kitchen at my job for a long time. And I thought it was about that because they finally got insurance to help out with that so that they could pay for it. I thought it was going to be a big meeting about the AC. I was going to get to stop sweating at work and we would finally have fucking air in the kitchen. Wrong. So they had that meeting or whatever, and then they came and found me and they pulled me into the office. And that's when I knew like this was happening, because I haven't done anything bad. Like there's nothing for me to really get in trouble for. So I knew I wasn't in trouble, and they're not the kind of people to just be like, hey, let's have a talk in the office. So I was like, fuck. So they told me that we are closing. Today is Saturday, the 22nd. We're closing the next Saturday, so that's going to be on the 29th. So yeah, so basically I got a 2-week notice. They told me that the restaurant just isn't, basically it's costing more money to run the restaurant than they're making. So obviously that's not how a business works, so you can't do that. So they broke down crying, I broke down crying, and basically the whole point of the backstory I told earlier was just, it brought back all of those feelings of like just having, just getting another wrench thrown in and having to start over. So what's funny is I had to keep it a secret. So they're telling everyone today, which is Saturday, so as soon as everyone knows, I will post this video. The reason they wanted to wait just a week before is because, one, they're scared of people like stealing stuff. Not that we work with a bunch of fucking felons, but like, you know, people will take advantage of different opportunities. And two, so that people wouldn't leave. Which really hurt me because, like I said, I've worked there for 3 years. I'm around these people more, like I'm around these people for a large amount of time, like of these past 3 years. I'm constantly at work, I'm constantly working. So I'm around these people a lot, and it just sucks to like, have to like keep that a secret. So I told like the people that I was really close to and some people that I work with, because I'm a human being and I'm not gonna lie about something that I know that could possibly hurt someone else. So I also told all the people that have kids, because I think it's really shitty to give someone a week notice to find another job when they have kids. I think that's shitty. Fun fact, corporate suggested that we tell everyone on the last day, which the owners have enough heart to be like, no, we're not going to give everyone that short notice. But like, isn't that wild that that's like the protocol? Like the corporate office literally advised our store to like tell everyone on the last day to like cover everyone's ass. And it's just, it's sad. So, basically it sucks. I'm upset now, but just trust me, this last week I've been 10 times worse. Like, it just has not been a good time. I've been very up and down. Like, I'll start thinking about it and I'll just get so low. And I like, to the point where I can't talk and like my jaw is clenched so hard that it hurts. And then I start amping myself up. So I'm like, I gotta stay strong. I gotta stay strong. You've made it this far. You're gonna get past this. Da 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 da. And I really build myself up. And then it's just like one small thing, and I'm like back. So I've been very. I'm not okay. I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm okay. And that's very exhausting. It's very tiring. I feel very tired. I don't feel good physically or mentally, really. I'm at the point of filming this video, I'm kind of on a like everything's gonna be okay, and I just hope that I don't have another crash, because I can't handle too much more of this like up and down before I really just have a breakdown. it's like, I just strive for consistency so hard. You don't even know, like, consistency, I just, I like get off on it. Like, I love it. And, my job consistency has been taken away, my income consistency has been taken away, and my emotional consistency has been taken away, which I don't have that often, but it's made it worse. So, just a lot of inconsistencies right now, a lot of up and downs for me in this moment. I don't really think I have anything else to say about what happened at work. Yeah, there's not really much to say. We're closing on Saturday, so I have to find a new job. As far as what I'm gonna do, the thing that sucks for me is whenever stuff like this happens, it just takes me some time to process it. And I know that, like, as soon as I found out, I could have started filling out applications, and I could have, you know, just taken that as a head start, or like an opportunity to like really get back on another track, and I just haven't done that yet. It takes me, when I feel things like this intense and like this sad, it just takes me a while to process it before I can really do anything else. So, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I have an idea about what I want to do, that I might share later, I might not. It's funny because, as I feel like I go on YouTube, I'm almost like kind of scared to share certain things, just because I'm so scared of getting sabotaged. So like, when I do get a new job, I'm not going to say where it is, I'm not going to say what it is, just because, like, I can't risk, like, someone fucking it up for me, like, someone, like, contacting my employer or something and being like, oh, have you seen her videos? And, like, it's just not something that I would like, so I'm going to be keeping that part very private, only because I feel like, out of necessity, that I have to, just to protect myself. I want to thank everyone for all of the support on my previous video about this topic. I read all of the comments. There's like, almost 800 comments now, I think, and I've read them all, and just people sharing their positivity and encouraging me, that really helps. So like I said, I'm using this opportunity as a teaching opportunity for everyone else, because I know that I'm going to make it past this. I don't really see it right now, and my brain hurts, and I'm fuzzy, and it's really hard for me to see anything else but the bad. But history has shown that whenever bad stuff happens to me, it only makes me stronger, and I always actually get better. So I'm hoping that that trend continues. And like I said, I just want to use this as a teaching opportunity for anyone else who might like go through something like this in the future, just to show you that it will be okay. So one thing that I would really like is for you guys to, if you want to leave a comment, if you have time, if you don't have time, I understand, but if you do have just like a quick second, maybe leave a comment and like tell me how I've helped you, because like I said, that's really the only thing that's keeping me like just barely on track right now without fucking just like derailing, is like, I know that I'm gonna help someone. I know that this is gonna help somebody. And it sucks when like it kind of sucks when you're the vessel and like you have to go through it. But I truly, truly believe that these things happen to me because I'm really strong and I can make it through it. So if you want to leave a comment telling me how I've ever helped you in the past, I feel like that would help me even more. So if I've ever helped you in any way, just let me know, because that really means a lot to me, and I like to know, I like to be selfish, and I like to know how I've helped people, because it makes me feel good, to be honest. There's no other reason. It makes me feel really good to know that I help people, and that's what's keeping me on track right now. So I will continue to consistently upload. I've really been posting a lot, and I really enjoy that. And it looks like I'll have a lot more free time. So, whew. Thank you guys again, and thank you for being patient with me and the 99% of you who understood that I legitimately couldn't tell you until now, and I appreciate you guys respecting that. Thank you guys for all the support. It really means a lot, and I love you, and just know that I will get through it, and I'll come out on top even better. So yeah, I hope that you have a good day. If you made it to the end, wow, fuck. But yeah, I hope you have a good day, and stay positive. I'm trying to. If I can do it, you can do it, sis. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. I love you, bye.